So, for those who are unaware, I'm sure zero of you right now, but perhaps people more broadly are unaware, there is a Chris Hansen movie coming out soon, guys. A movie based on Chris Hansen and his TV show To Catch a Predator, ran on Dateline NBC for several seasons. Hugely famous show. Lots of reaction channels on YouTube that just simply cover that show, even though it's years and years and years old. With, many iconic lines. And there's a movie being made by A24 with Robert Pattinson starring as Chris Hansen. So let's see the trailer.
Come on in.
Are you sure your parents aren't home?
I'm sure.
Big night planned.
Who are you?
Why don't you have a seat right there? I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. You see how this looks, right?
On the ground! I don't really like your show, but America loves it. So I need to move you to Catch a Predator, 9 p.m. prime time.
Gonna be bigger than Lost.
My name is Dan Plum.
Do you know what you're auditioning for?
So you are playing a 13-year-old?
Is there time for a rehearsal?
We're gonna shoot the rehearsal.
Come in.
They're gonna love this.
Predator has never earned the recognition it deserves. I want something that matters. No more bottom feeders. I want a whale.
Don't you ever just want to bleed them?
Maybe what I do is a little worse.
This could be our greatest segment yet.
We're going to him. We don't do that. They come to us.
I don't understand what I'm doing here.
What you're doing is more than acting.
You're cleansing the world of an ancient evil.
Let's catch us a predator.
Who gave you permission to do this?
You have no plan.
I have to put him on television.
You're gonna be so proud of me.
I don't want to be a bad person. Your definition of bad and my definition of bad are vastly different. What would have happened if I wasn't here?
So that's the trailer, guys. There's a few things you'll notice immediately if you're not like totally retarded. One is that Chris Hansen is not portrayed particularly favorably there. That as much as, and this will require you holding two thoughts in your head at the same time, which I've learned from seeing people talk about this movie as a struggle for a lot of people, that while the pedophiles aren't good people, neither is Chris Hansen. So while the pedophile's done something that is obviously wrong by everyone's metrics, there is a more disputed conversation about the wrong that Chris Hansen did in pursuing those pedophiles, and how he not only let pedophiles get away by fucking up investigations, but obviously anyone that has even a cursory knowledge of To Catch a Predator will be aware that the show ended unceremoniously as they attempted to catch I believe it was an assistant DA, for talking to a decoy online, and they bucked the format of the show and worked with police, instructed police to essentially siege the guy's home. They could have arrested him, say at the DA's office the next day whenever he went into work or whatever, but they wanted to get him then and there for the TV show, so they basically sieged his home, and he shot himself, and the show ended. So, obviously when they're building up in that trailer to the idea of Chris Hansen wants a whale, he wants someone that matters, that's the story it's all focused on. And there's an old article, as someone mentioned in chat, called Tonight on Dateline, a Man Will Die, or something like this, that went over it, and all the events that led up to it. And there's a more recent documentary in recent years called Predators that goes over a lot of this, and just how Chris Hansen and his personal ambition, his want for a good show, routinely fucked up cases, and it ultimately led to a suicide. That while you may not care if a pedophile dies, it is ultimately it's justice failing. It's the justice system not playing out. Obviously, the best solution is always they're tried in the court of law, crimes are proven, and justice is done. So that's like the obvious read from the trailer and from the situation. But that's not enough for for some people, guys. As we'll see soon, some people immediately jumping to Catch Predator fans, mainly, jumping to, oh, I wonder what Hollywood's motivations are. I wonder what Hollywood full of all those Jews. I wonder what Hollywood's motivations are defending pedophiles like this. Because as we established, they can't hold two thoughts in their head at the same time. So the idea that pedophiles are really, really bad and prey on children, but also Chris Hansen not solving the issue and bad himself, that's impossible for them to comprehend. They can't have both of those running simultaneously. That's really difficult. And Chris Hansen seems to be preparing to make full use of that. He spoke on a podcast the other day. Let's just hear a bit of this.
You know, obviously, with all the different properties I have and all the platforms, some of the people who are involved in the management also tangentially have relationships in the Hollywood world. So we had heard that this was in the works. A couple months ago, they came out and said, hey, look, we're doing this. We'd like you to, you know, have some sort of...
Yeah, so they didn't call you, is the answer to that. They never called you about it. They never told you about it. Because it's not going to portray you favorably. And they know you're a rat. They know you're a total rat.
Consideration in terms of helping us with this. I haven't seen it. You know,
did you sit in on any of the filming or work as a consultant or anything? So they put together their whole storyline
and
just
then came
independently.
to me. Correct.
Okay.
So I'm going to get a private screening in the next week or so, and then I'll be able to tell you whether I like it or don't.
So
like
private screening coming up, guys. He's there we go. He's getting a private screening.
So I'm going to get a private screening in the next week or so, and then I'll be able to tell you whether I like it or don't like it, and how dramatized it is. And my suspicion is that they used my name because it helps in a commercial enterprise. And until I see the full movie, you know, I as a reporter, it's sort of silly for me to talk about something that I haven't seen yet. So I'm going to see it.
Have you seen the trailer?
I've seen the trailer.
What are your thoughts on the trailer?
It looks dramatic.
Okay.
It looks very dramatic.
Okay.
But again, you know, I've been busy being the real Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of time to focus on the fake Chris Hansen in the movies.
You can't focus on Robert Pattinson cosplaying.
I mean,
you.
look, I know that, you know, he's a very popular actor. I know that the director is a popular guy. But I also have some questions. You know, what's Hollywood's motive here? We don't know. But I'll find out.
What's their motive?
And I'll promise I'll let you know.
I want the follow-up.
I'll do it.
Probably defending pedophiles, because all a bunch of Jewish pedophiles, right, Chris? Yeah, exactly. You'd have to be so fucking stupid to be Chris Hansen, see that trailer, and not understand immediately what the movie is going to be saying about you. You would legit have to be the most oblivious fucking moron in the world. So this dodging that he's doing this interview is so weak. It's so fucking weak. You know what this movie is going to be saying about you, bro. So that brings us to this. So Chris Hansen was apparently on Fox recently. He was apparently on Fox the other day talking about Primetime, the new Robert Pattinson movie.
They made a movie about you.
They have, I guess.
Robert Pattinson is playing you.
Yes.
Again, let's watch a clip of that. Primetime. You saw this for the first time
See how this looks.
today.
I didn't see it.
You haven't seen it yet?
I was supposed to see it at 10 o'clock this morning at 824 offices. The lawyers at 824 wanted me to sign away my rights to my name, image, and, you know, brand, essentially, as well as any potential legal rights that would come out of the movie. I couldn't sign that. So they didn't show me the film.
Oh, really?
I went all the way over there where you and I are going to have to go to the theater and see it together when it comes out, I guess. But who's going to sign something like that?
They made you sign away everything just to see it?
I wouldn't sign it just to see it.
Did you bring a lawyer to the screening?
The lawyers had already seen it. You know, would you sign something without a lawyer?
Of course not.
Yeah,
of
so
course
this was
not.
a very restrictive agreement. I've never seen anything quite like it.
What are they worried about?
I don't know. I haven't seen the film. But if you look at the trailer, obviously it's a very dramatized version. They have told me that it's, you know, fictionalized in many aspects. I know other people have seen it who didn't sign an NDA, and yet they wanted me to sign it.
You want money?
So what was that? What was that? Started off, they wanted me to sign away all my rights, my likeness, my right to sue, everything, my rights to my... I know other people have seen it and haven't signed an NDA, so why can't I? So an NDA and signing away your rights to sue over your likeness, stuff like, those are actually two quite different things. So which one is it, Chris Hansen? Let's just play that clip back again.
The lawyers at 824 wanted me to sign away my rights to my name, image, and, you know, brand, essentially, as well as any potential legal rights that would come out of the movie. I couldn't sign that. So they didn't show me the film. I went all the way over there where you and I are going to have to go to the theater and see it together when it comes out, I guess. But who's going to sign something like that?
They made you sign away everything just to see it?
I wouldn't sign it just to see it.
Did you bring a lawyer to the screening?
The lawyers had already seen it. You know, would you sign something without a lawyer?
Of course not.
Yeah, so this was a very restrictive agreement. I've never seen anything quite like it.
What are they worried about?
I don't know. I haven't seen the film. But if you look at the trailer, obviously it's a very dramatized version. They have told me that it's, you know, fictionalized in many aspects. I know other people have seen it who didn't sign an NDA, and yet they wanted me to sign it.
You want money from them?
I have no financial stake in this film.
And so they did this, didn't pay you a dime, didn't even contact you.
No, so I had heard they were doing this, right? I know people who know people. I'm just a working reporter, and I'm not learned in the sophisticated ways of Hollywood. But I find stuff.
Yeah, so this guy says, so is it Jesse? It says, do you want money from them? He goes, I have no financial stake in the film. That means you're not getting money from them. That doesn't mean you wouldn't necessarily sue for money from them.
Stuff out. Right. I've been an investigative reporter for 4 decades. So I knew this was going on. But no, I get a call today saying, well, you know, everybody's concerned. They want you to be happy with the film. Well, then why didn't you tell me about it when you started shooting the film?
If you saw Robert Pattinson, what would you tell him?
Take a seat right over there.
Oh, my God. All right, well,
let's get a chance to see him. We don't know.
Dude, Hollywood's all pedophiles, man. They're all pedophiles, man.
Get a chance to see him.
Now I want to see it. I'm intrigued. I'm also going to see your sextortion documentary.
Yes, for sure that.
Thank you very much, Chris Hansen.
Thank you, Jesse.
So literally, film not even out yet. It's already actually Robert Pattinson is a pedophile. So this is coming from Deadline. Chris Hansen was turned away from primetime screening after refusing to sign standard NDA, not sign away his rights. After Chris Hansen claimed he was turned away from a screening at A24's primetime, it would appear he refused to sign a standard NDA. On Thursday, a source told Deadline the former To Catch a Predator host was not asked to sign away my rights in order to see the Lance Oppenheim-helmed thriller about him, as Hansen previously claimed on Fox News' Jesse Waters' Primetime. The form is an NDA that all preview audiences are asked to sign a week in advance to view an unreleased film, in order to prevent spoilers and protect IP. Hansen reportedly refused to sign, and therefore wasn't allowed to screen the film. After Hansen recently confirmed he's going to see the Ajahn Singh-penned thriller, which stars Robert Pattinson as Hansen, following an invite from the film's team to a private screening, he appeared Thursday on Fox News, claiming he was asked to sign a very restrictive agreement to attend the advanced screening. I've never seen anything quite like it, he said. The lawyers at A24 wanted me to sign away my rights to my name, image, and brand, essentially, as well as any legal rights that would come out of the movie, added Hansen. I couldn't sign that, so they didn't show me the film. I went all the way over there. Premiering September 25th in theaters, Primetime follows Chris Hansen, Rob Pattinson, yeah, so you get it. So, apparently, according to credible reporting from Deadline, it was just a standard NDA. It was a standard NDA, and Hansen is just being a dishonest fucking scumbag, as always. As fucking always. So, crazy stuff happening there. So, yeah, I think we'll watch this next. So then there's this video, guys. We did watch this the other day. We're going to do proper coverage of it. Hollywood is crazy for this. Chris Hansen speaks out about the A24 movie Primetime. Now, this is a small YouTuber called AnnaIsRandom, okay, guys? This is like the longest, most real person, not like AI or grifter channel, talking about this. Longest video from like a real person talking about this. Now, this is kind of a funny channel, guys, because 3 days ago they posted this video. I'm quitting my job for YouTube. 3 days ago, 700 views. Let's just get a sense of this.
Let's get real, everyone. Let's have a little bit of a chat. Hello, everybody. So you've probably seen the title of this video and you've clicked on it in a panic. Okay, I want to ease that panic just a little bit. I'm okay. I'm okay now. I wasn't okay. And now I'm doing better. Alright, so the title of this video is probably something along the lines of like, I'm quitting my job, or like, I'm quitting my job for YouTube, or something like that. I haven't quite decided yet. And that's basically what's happening. So let me just give you a little bit of context, okay? So I think I've mentioned a couple times on this channel that I technically work 3 jobs. YouTube has earned me a bit of money since about May time, I want to say. And I have a main job, which is retail, and then I also have a social media management job, which is a freelance role that I've been working at since like April.
So, dude.
And as you can probably imagine, that's a lot, right? That's a lot on somebody's plate. Now, the retail job was a 16-hour contract, and
16 hours of retail a week. Listen to how she describes it.
I was doing okay with it. But the environment there was starting to make me have a mental breakdown. And that's essentially what happened.
You're having a mental breakdown from being somewhere 16 hours a week. So this is what's going on here, guys, okay? So she's released a video about the Chris Hansen movie. Let's take a look.
Hey, Hollywood, you see how this looks, right? You see how your new movie called Primetime looks, right? You see how this looks, right? Am I doing it right? You see how this looks, right? Now, if you have no idea why this meme maybe has been popping up on your feed so much, if you have no idea why Robert Pattinson is in this new movie with a suit on saying, you see how this looks, right? Calling himself Chris Hansen. If you have no idea who Chris Hansen even is, then let me tell you everything. You need to lock into this video because this is a very interesting topic to me. Now, I have been somebody who has watched people reacting to Chris Hansen for a few years now, and I find
So see what I mean? There is actually a YouTube industry on reacting to Catch a Predator even like 20 years later. It's so fucking bizarre.
Like the hero that we need in society and has been for the
past. So absolutely zero critical thought. It is actually baseline retard. He catches predators. Take that's what I've watched him catch predators. So therefore, he doing good thing. No thought about the perverse incentive or how many cases it might have fucked up in the course of getting those cases that you see on the show. No thought about that. No thought about the suicide. Nothing. Not even going to present the arguments.
And he is an absolute legend. If you have not looked up clips of To Catch a Predator or anything like that, I would highly recommend that you go and do that, okay? And if I can recommend you a reaction
And that's
channel,
all you need. That's all you need is clips and reaction channels. That's all you need to know that Chris Hansen's doing a good job.
To go and watch.
What else could you need?
Chris Hansen stings, okay? Cinnamon Toast Ken and Buff Pro, like that channel.
Yeah, that's where I go to understand child predation. Cinnamon Toast Ken.
Go and like watch that trailer because it is very, very dramatic. It's very dramatic. It kind of portrays. I don't really want to say it, but it's like it sort of portrays Chris as like a bit of a calculated, manipulative kind of person, which is kind of portraying him as the villain a little bit, which is making me question what the motive is and what this movie is actually going to turn out like. Now,
So, just immediately jumping to, I'm immediately questioning whether Hollywood's full of pedophiles. Not, why are they doing that? Is that true? Is it true that he was like that? What could be the reason to portray him like that? No, it is immediately jumping to, it's making me think that Hollywood's full of pedophiles. And she can act like, you can imagine pressing this person about this, and they would probably go, I never said that, but that's obviously what is being said here. It's the obvious implication. It's just Hollywood's full of pedophiles, so they're making a movie about how pedo catchers are bad.
I thought it'd be very interesting for us to actually go and watch the podcast where he talks about this. So this is
we are like stretching the definition of triple brackets Hollywood when we're just throwing in like A24 indie movies. That's now Hollywood like Weinstein. It's now Hollywood like Polanski.
AnnaIsRandom, her podcast is called the Seriously Podcast, like serial. If I scroll down here, you see it. It's like seriously, but spelt like serial killer. It is, which I think is kind of fun. Massive channel.
Ray, I think that's a fucking terrible name.
1.77 million subscribers, and her Instagram account popped up on my Instagram because I've been getting quite a lot of kind of Chris Hansen related memes and stuff, obviously because I watch the reaction videos, but also like obviously the movie's coming out and that it's kind of going viral. But was very interesting. The clip that I watched is basically him just saying like, yeah, I had no involvement in the filming. Like, I'm very curious about what Hollywood's motive is for this. And I was like, I think this would be very interesting to actually watch on my channel. So that's what we're going to do. I know this is a little bit of a different...
If it's an indie film and she can't blame it on the juice, The director is called Lance Oppenheim. Yes, you can.
Different video than what I normally talk about, but this piqued my curiosity. This piqued my interest, and I hope it piques yours as well. So, yeah, I found the segment where they talk about the movie, and we're gonna watch.
It just requires you being accurate and honest, right? You think it's the Jews? Say it's the Jews. Let's stop the signaling. You don't think it's Hollywood? It's not Hollywood. You're talking about the Jews.
Watch it together. So if you are a Chris Hansen fan, if you're interested about this movie, then let's watch what he has to say. Yeah, let's do this. Also, I should mention as well that
she is a pro Tommy Zogbot, correct? She's a pro Tommy Robinson Zogbot. Yeah. It's like that is what you're describing. You are describing a Jewish conspiracy. The director is Jewish. It's not a Hollywood movie. Just be real. You were describing a Jewish conspiracy. Let's drop the Zog act.
Because obviously Primetime is coming out with Robert Pattinson starring as you, which is crazy to think, I would imagine. What was it like getting that call? Not only that they were going to be doing a movie, but also that he was going to be playing.
Well, we had heard, obviously with all the different...
Check Farm, he covered your H3 coverage a year ago. Oh, God. He has a stream called Kuihman is wrong about Ethan's H3H3 situation. IDOB's concern trolling vid. Wow. I mean, it might be a year old, but there's nothing going on today, is there? So let's finish this one first.
I have in all the platforms. Some of the people who are involved in the management also tangentially have relationships in the Hollywood world. So we had heard that this was in the works. A couple months ago, they came out and said, hey, look, we're doing this. We'd like you to, have some sort of, consideration in terms of helping us with this. I haven't seen it.
Did you sit in on any of the filming or work as a consultant or anything?
No.
So they put together their whole storyline.
Okay, let's put a
correct.
Okay.
See, that's very interesting to me, because if Hollywood was going to be doing this ethically, and because what Chris Hansen does is a really, really important thing, and obviously we can make theories about Hollywood and some people in Hollywood who are the type of people that Chris Hansen would be catching, if you know what I mean.
Dude, I should name search. I should be name searching. How do I miss shit like this?
It's very interesting to me that they...
I'm mad that I didn't see it a year ago. Do you know what I mean?
Didn't want to involve Chris.
No, I remember covering the girl before. I've definitely covered this girl before. I don't remember what video, but I covered her politics channel. I briefly looked at her politics channel. I think I got maybe one of her politics videos recommended on one of my YouTube accounts that I used to get retarded right-wing videos recommended. And she makes right-wing politics, or used to make right-wing politics content on her second channel.
In this, and he goes on to quote, what's Hollywood's motive with this? And I am also very curious about
misspelled my name.
They're going to handle this, especially after watching the trailer.
So I'm going to get a private screening in the next week or so. And then I'll be able to tell you whether I like it or don't like it. Mm-hmm. And how dramatized it is. And my suspicion is that they used my name because it helps in a commercial enterprise.
Mm-hmm. True.
And until I see the full movie, I as a reporter, it's sort of silly for me to talk about something that I haven't seen yet. So I'm going to see it.
Have you seen the trailer?
I've seen the trailer.
What are your thoughts on the trailer?
It looks dramatic.
Okay.
It looks very dramatic.
It does. It does, and I'm glad that he said that. It does look very.
Well, I'm so glad that Chris Hansen said this dramatized movie that's made for entertainment is dramatic. Wow.
It does. Oh my god, it does. It does. It does. Also, what the? I mean, this is a clip from the trailer, but I've not noticed this before. When they've got all of these is this a TV station list of the running order? Because we've got Gilmore Girls up there, Dancing with the Stars, America's Not Normal, The Office, or Ugly Betty, Grey's Anatomy, all these things that were kind of coming out around the same time. So maybe this is a TV station, maybe this is NBC. Because obviously, if you don't know, his first big TV gig was on NBC. It was with Dateline, so that makes sense. Friday Night SmackDown, fucking wrestling. Let's fucking go. But anyway.
Okay.
But again, I've been busy being the real Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of time to focus on the fake Chris
You
Hansen.
can't focus on Robert Pattinson cosplay.
I mean, I know that, he's a very popular actor. I know that the director is a popular guy. But I also have some questions. What's Hollywood's motive here?
Here we go.
We don't know. But I'll find out, and I'll promise I'll let you know.
I want the follow up.
I'll do it.
I'm kind of curious. I wonder why they wouldn't have enlisted you to come on board as, I don't know what the exact.
Literally, right? She's right. I agree. I agree, and this is what makes me suspicious and a little bit nervous about this movie because, again, what Chris does, obviously he's a big personality, and that's why people love him so much is because of, like, the phrases, as we were saying in the intro, you see how this looks, right? All this stuff, like, why don't you have a seat right there? You see how this looks, right? So stuff like that. Like, we know, like, him for that, in, like, the personality way, but what he exposes is incredibly important to
So this is just like such a retarded read. I said this last time we were looking at this stuff. If you strip away, because what she's doing here is she's making the awareness point. Strip away, because it's a very easy argument, the effect on cases and the suicide and just the terrible process that Hansen followed. So that argument's won for, the anti-Hansen side. So strip away that. She's making the awareness point. The awareness point is fucking terrible too, because most child predation does not come online. It comes from a trusted adult that already knows the child. It's very well studied. It's not like a mystery who's, raping kids. It's men close to children, men with substance abuse problems, access and opportunity, generally. That's like, the biggest, if you're going to create a profile, that's who it is on average. So this idea that, Chris Hansen's doing a great job by exposing this issue. This isn't the issue. It is an issue, but it's not the issue in this topic.
Exposed, and he's been doing that for years and years and years. And child predators are a massive issue in society, a massive issue that isn't going away anytime soon, unfortunately. I suspect it's probably only going to get worse. And we can have a whole conversation about encouraging, especially like young girls, to be more adult than they should be, like at a certain like young age and stuff with like TikTok and all that stuff. It does tie in as the societal conversation. So again, it makes me very curious as to why they've just decided to go like full Hollywood with it instead of actually doing something that's a lot more true to what Chris does and that's a lot more like honoring what he does versus just like doing it for Hollywood drama. You know what I mean?
Term would be like, but kind of like a consultant role as they're filming to be like, is this accurate? Are we having the proper representation of what actually took place in all of these years?
Well, we're fit to find out.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, computers and chat rooms were all new. They took advantage of that fear to launch a show. Exactly. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And it creates a false image of the problem. It misleads people about the source of the problem. It doesn't help people be more informed or better protected, really.
Yeah. All right. So when you got the call, not only that they were making the movie, but that he was going to be playing you, what was that like? Because he is an A-list star.
Yeah, absolutely. So, obviously they want a commercial endeavor to succeed, and they think this is the way it's going to succeed. I didn't get to choose my own guy here.
Who would you have chosen?
That's a good question, and I knew it was coming, and I should have had a better answer prepared for you. But I always thought, I had discussions years ago about, I had crafted a script, and I thought Dennis Leary would be a good guy to play me, depending on the age of it all.
I feel like he looks more like Chris. I mean, I think obviously they're trying to do it in like an early day Chris Hansen type situation, like in the 2000s type Chris Hansen versus current Chris Hansen, which I think that Robert Pattinson looks like him when he was younger. I guess it is, it's quite accurate. But yeah, like if they were going to do like more of a current day Chris Hansen, then yeah, that whoever that guy is, never seen him before in my life, but he looks pretty good.
We are, by the way, just started. We signed a 2-book deal with Simon & Schuster for a Chris Hansen thriller series.
Congratulations!
And we're deep into that. So every day I've got to. Is this the book Chris Hansen? And who has a different name in the book?
Okay.
Is this the fake movie Chris Hansen? Is this what I've really got to do today? Who am I? Who am I today?
An identity crisis, just the meme with all.
Who is she? Where did you find her? No. That's really funny to me.
All those numbers going around.
Existential crisis every morning to figure out where I'm going to be.
Hansen?
Well, you know,
Who is Chris
I work with a wonderful writing partner named Joe Garner, who produces some of the podcasts, and I have such an incredible team. And I got to mention Kelly McClure, who you know from CrimeCon, who does all the work, the producing work for Takedown. But
that's his new show, by the way, on True Blue, is Takedown with Chris Hansen.
So it allows you, and I've written a book before. I wrote a book about the Predator experience 15, 16 years ago, I suppose. But it's really a great exercise in creativity to take all the things you set aside, all the ideas, all the things you wanted to express but didn't have time to in the actual production of the stories. And I've got this great, vault of creative stuff that's just ready to go into these books. So I'm very excited for it.
So yeah, I'm glad he's got this book series. I wish that he would have had more influence on the movie. I think he would have been down for that if they would have been open to that. And I think that's how they should have done it.
But they weren't open to it because it's meant to be critical. I don't care what he thinks.
I'm nervous about this movie because I don't know that they're gonna really depict properly.
It helps parents to incriminate the PDF they caught with their bait child. Sorry.
Thank you for the donut. Thank you.
Like a genuine version of Chris Hansen. I don't know how they're going to twist it. Again, if you've seen the trailer, and I would highly recommend that you go and watch it, there is a dark side to it. And it's not just because the dark side of like these people being disgusting, the kind of people that Chris is catching, but like there's a dark side to Chris. That's the kind of vibe that they're trying to portray with it, I feel like. And it's piquing my curiosity and not necessarily in a way that I like, but we'll see. We'll see.
So aside from the books, True Blue, Takedown, your podcast, what else? What's next? As if you don't have enough on your plate.
Well, we explore a lot of potential documentaries. The sextortion, for instance. There's I cooperated in the I'm Chris Hansen documentary, which is more of a profile of me that's coming out right around the same time the movie is.
Okay.
Just after the
So I'm glad that there is something coming out that are...
There's documentaries I like too, actually. There's some documentaries that I quite like too, I quite like
Hi. Hey. You sound so sweet. Are you nervous about talking to me?
Yeah.
So we gotta be like really careful about doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I wish I was there with you right now.
Really?
Yeah. My precious little princess.
I like it when you call me that.
I like calling you that. I thought about you all day. Did you finish painting your toenails?
Yep, they're all nice and pink.
I am a very lucky guy.
You think so?
Some people watching this may feel like you have something to answer for. What do you say to that? You're free to go.
Yeah, he showed up for this documentary, though. This one didn't go very well for him, so...
It's actually kind of accurate. That isn't just the big Hollywood movie. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But still, it does have to be said about the movie. I am nervous.
The A24 movie. And so I have a lot of topics that interest me, and so
it is a good documentary
those as we have time, but I've probably got 6 or 7 other documentaries in the works, either shooting or conceptually or, getting the write-ups ready to go. So it's a busy, look, it's a great time in life, right? My kids are grown. Everybody's working. I've got a wonderful wife and I have time to do all this stuff.
Good for him,
and so it really opens you up.
And I hope that Chris Hansen's pillow is cold every night and his coffee is always hot and everything. Listen, this man is an absolute legend, okay?
Creatively, and gives you a great deal of energy to go out and do this. And you know, I'm a student of the world, and I get to write a report about it every Thursday and every Wednesday and every Monday, every time these
Daily
different
show.
shows
That's
come.
what we need, Chris. Hansen,
Yeah, well, we may try that one day. But you know,
aside from the Predator piece of it and bringing them down, is there anything else like in the crime universe that you're?
Okay, so I think they go on to talk about other things. We don't need to know. But yeah, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this. Again, are you a Chris Hansen fan? Have you seen the new version of this doing better?
Here we get the idea. Dude, it's so funny, man. Anyway, that she's dating this guy. That's hilarious.